For sale, for sale, for sale.
Somebody pinch me. Hey. On les commence. I was liming with some old men before the election. And well, I was amazed of their discussion. They were discussing the election of 2025. How Africans were selling sheep on UNC, buying dead or alive. One old man shouted out, fellas, give me your attention. UNC can't win by themselves, no election. You see, they're sitting and they're planning to make a decision. So she called out Shilagahu, the old FIFA wanted man. She said, call the trade union, let we start negotiations. And we could call out a big sale and we go buy out some Africans. Africans for sale, we buying the buyings. Africans for sale, for sale, for sale, we buying Africans. She don't have all she chance, and she be on her rhymes. Now all she need is some slave names, man, some big strong Africans. Africans for sale, we buying Africans for sale, for sale, for sale, till they go on Trinidad. UNC sitting and they're waiting patiently. With about 16 safe seats, they don't win that already. The woman said, I have my people, and they are born UNC. Now all I need is some Africans who got their names out of slavery. She said that she hear they're really selling cheap, and she could buy them very cheap, 500 and a jersey. A lot of people will cry when she's finished with CPEP, cause she is not holding back them PNM have nothing to get. She said it's party before country, all you never, never forget. She will fend for her people and she have no blasted regrets. Africans for sale, we buying Africans. Africans for sale, for sale, for sale, we buying Africans. They like crab in a barrel, they pulling each other down. She said, but I want the vote, so I jam them the winning song. Africans for sale, for sale, for sale, we buying good or bad. Africans for sale, for sale, for sale, till they go on Trinidad. Oh, who called me? The black mines in Tobago, she's working on them with ease. But she's not afraid, because monkeys say cool breeze. She said the last time she was easy, this time there is no room for mistake. Cause when she's done with Tobago, boy, it's either they make or break. She has her eyes on Moruga, especially Samuel Cooper. They got a lot of PNM houses, but none of them can remember. She's buying some in 6 company because they're nice, they bad and they trim. Their ancestors came from Africa and all of them is Americans. She passed through 5th company, boy, she bunks up my dingo. Well, boy, she makes she name cause she get Africans for soul. Africans for sale, for sale, they buying Africans. Africans for sale, for sale, for sale, we buying Africans. Don't fight a bad was pretty, see Roger with a reed in the cemetery. He sit down waiting for refinery, boy, this man had to be crazy. Woo! better show them some money, stag and roti. She said, I have my safe seats in the safe hands of Caroni. She go on to St. Couva, straight down to Sipari. I love my people. For 10 years they out in the rain. But when I get back in there, things will never be the same. To all of my people, you must get your rightful place. And I don't care who's sitting there and think I am talking race. You all know what's hurting me. You see that, Dr. Rowley? We did hide up all we money. The damn man changed the currency. Hey, Africans for sale, for sale. They buying Africans. They buying Africans for sale, for sale, for sale. We buying Africans. We bought out PSA. We got them for 10%. Now I could beat my chest and laugh, cause I know it's money well spent. Africans for sale, for sale, for sale. We buying good or bad. Africans for sale, for sale, for sale. Tobago and Trinidad.
I wish to acknowledge the public's concern surrounding the police-involved shooting, which occurred on January the 20th, 2026 in the St. Augustine area, which resulted in 1 fatality and 1 injury. I would also like to offer my condolences to the affected families and advise that personnel from the Victim and Witness Support Unit have been engaged. A video lasting 5 minutes and 29 seconds has been circulating online, which captured 15 seconds of gunfire. While this footage has sparked widespread commentary and calls for the suspension of the officers involved and abuse of police powers under a state of emergency, it is critical to clarify that the incident did not occur because of any state of emergency or using any emergency powers granted to the police under the SOE. This was strictly routine police functions being carried out when this incident occurred. The shooting incident followed a 12-minute vehicle pursuit that began in Maloney in the Northern Division North at 12:30 p.m. and ended in St. Augustine in North Central Division at 12:42 p.m. I want to highlight that the video shared publicly represents only the final seconds of this pursuit and does not reflect the full scope of the events. Having reviewed the evidence gathered thus far, including the same video posted online, I find no basis at this time to suspend or place any officer on administrative leave. However, I have recommended counseling for the officers involved, and in keeping with our commitment to transparency and accountability, a First Division officer has been appointed to lead the investigation. Simultaneously, the Police Complaints Authority, which is an independent body to the TTPS, as well as the Professional Standards Bureau, are conducting independent inquiries. While I had considered releasing additional video recordings and audio in the public interest, legal advice cautioned against doing so, as it may prejudice the integrity of the investigation. The TTPS remains committed to accountability, but that accountability must be exercised fairly and without compromising due process. Should any wrongdoing be identified upon completion of these investigations, decisive and appropriate action will be taken. But at this time, I am asking the public to allow the investigative process to proceed. In the interim, I urge members of the public to share any relevant information with investigators and to refrain from posting potential evidence online as this may compromise the ongoing inquiries. The TTPS remains resolute in its duty to protect and serve with integrity, and we ask for the public's patience and cooperation as this matter is thoroughly examined.
We are past students of Bishop Anstey High School and friends of Kaya Sealy. We are here today to demand justice for Joshua and Kaya, but not only that, but to raise awareness to the public, to let them know that we cannot continue to be deceived by false information painting a different picture. We have to remember that this was a surrendering man. There are murderers, rapists, child molesters sitting in the jails who would have ran from the police for days, weeks, months, even years. And yet still, they were given the opportunity to have a fair trial. Joshua drove from point A to point B, and he was riddled with bullets. I am pleading 19 bullets. I am pleading with the Prime Minister of Trinidad and Tobago. If you would like any semblance of respect and integrity to remain within your government, call for the Commissioner of Police to step down and your Minister of Homeland Security.
Immediately.
He has proven himself time and time again to be an embarrassment to your government.
And the country.
A mother is now partially paralyzed. We have a wheelchair right here to showcase that she now has to spend a valuable amount of her life in a wheelchair if she doesn't recover. A father is dead. 2 children now have to spend the rest of their lives without their father in it.
Super Mega said.
The same father figure that you all say is so crucial towards the upbringing of a child so that they don't end up in the same life of crime. So please, we are here today to demand justice because they're not giving it to us for free.
That's right.
We are here to demand it, and we are here to let the public know that this cannot continue because the next Joshua Samroo could be you. The next Kaya Sealy could be you or your loved one. So don't just sit down behind the comfort of your homes on your phone on social media and post about it and share. Come out and actually do something, because it doesn't just end here. If we allow this to continue, it will never stop and it will get worse.
That's right. I've been getting worse. Yes, man. Yes, man. Give up is give up. It was like this. One was short and one was high. And his conquest bullet hit him. Give up is give up. 19. That is not right. Whether a man do right or wrong, give up is give up. Also in war. In war, when you give up and you put that white flag up in the air, you ain't supposed to kill a man. That is war crime. Give up is give up.
Surrender means I would like the opportunity to preserve my life. If surrender now means death, then what is the point of surrendering?
That's right.
Why should anybody stop when the police chasing them now? Why should they stop? Why? To die? You have a better chance running. Guys, when they show in the country, you have a better chance.
Anybody can be in that position.
No,
anybody can be in that position.
It's like that, then you surely
Children, family and all in this position.
Lastly, I want us to be mindful of the angle the Minister of Homeland Security and the Commissioner of Police took coming on national television to say that y'all only saw 2 minutes or a minute and a half of a video, so that our minds could try to be well, maybe it's have another part of the story. Maybe we didn't get the full story. So maybe he deserves his death.
That is our advantage of skill.
He did not. He did not. Wake up, my people.
And that was never no shootout. Even someone was a shooting.
And it from this angle. Something needs to be done with those who do that in terms of the law. You cannot put things out there, get the public opinion on only what they saw for 2 minutes or a minute and a half, and then draw a conclusion to it. The time has come for that to change. And the persons who continue to do that, there must be law to treat with that. So that might be the next angle that we're looking at.
No thanks. I'm the smartest already. I'm the police commissioner. I don't need no brain.
shooting, which occurred on January the 20th, 2026 in the St. Augustine area, which resulted in 1 fatality and 1 injury. I would also like to offer my condolences to the affected families and advise that personnel from the Victim and Witness Support Unit have been engaged. A video lasting 5 minutes and 29 seconds has been circulating online, which captured 15 seconds of gunfire. While this footage has sparked widespread commentary and calls for the suspension of the officers involved and abuse of police powers under a state of emergency, it is critical to clarify that the incident did not occur because of any state of emergency or using any emergency powers granted to the police under the SOE. This was strictly routine police functions being carried out when this incident occurred. The shooting incident followed a 12-minute vehicle pursuit that began in Maloney in the Northern Division North at 12:30 p.m. and ended in St. Augustine in North Central Division at 12:42 p.m. I want to highlight that the video shared publicly represents only the final seconds of this pursuit and does not reflect the full scope of the events. Having reviewed the evidence gathered thus far, including the same video posted online, I find no basis at this time to suspend or place any officer on administrative leave. However, I have recommended counseling for the officers involved, and in keeping with our commitment to transparency and accountability, a First Division officer has been appointed to lead the investigation. Simultaneously, the Police Complaints Authority, which is an independent body to the TTPS, as well as the Professional Standards Bureau, are conducting independent inquiries. While I had considered releasing additional video recordings and audio in the public interest, legal advice cautioned against doing so, as it may prejudice the integrity of the investigation. The TTPS remains committed to accountability, but that accountability must be exercised fairly and without compromising due process. Should any wrongdoing be identified upon completion of these investigations, decisive and appropriate action will be taken. But at this time, I am asking the public to allow the investigative process to proceed. In the interim, I urge members of the public to share any relevant information with investigators and to refrain from posting potential evidence online, as this may compromise the ongoing
that since the 20th of January, the killing would have taken place, and up till today, the 10th of February, nothing. The only thing Alexander could say that he go ban stink and dirty and chagaramas. That is the only thing you could say at this point in time. When a citizen
Joshua! Justice for Kaya! Justice for Kaya! Justice for all of us! Justice for all of us! We want justice! We want justice! We want justice! We want justice! Guevarro must go! Guevarro must go! Guevarro must go! Guevarro must go! Alexander must go! Alexander must go! Alexander must go! Alexander must go! Justice for Joshua! Justice for Joshua! Justice for Kaya! Justice for Kaya! Justice for all of us! Justice for all of us! Shame on the TTPS! Shame on the TTPS! Shame on the TTPS! Shame on the TTPS! Guevarro must go! Guevarro
Commission and complained about it. We warned this country there was going to be blood. And the Service Commission did nothing. That is the culture. That is the culture of policing in this country. Guevarro must go.
Guevarro must go!
Guevarro must go.
Guevarro must go!
The least the Commissioner of Police could have done was come and address the families. The least he could have done was to go with a contingent and meet with the families, meet with the father, meet with the mother. But no, he did not do that. What training does he have as a Commissioner of Police in responding to the public? and responding to the cries of a nation. How embarrassing it is to have a sitting commissioner behave with that type of arrogance and ignorance in Trinidad and Tobago. We are not going to let up. We are going to continue this campaign and continue to call for his removal. We are going to continue to call on the Police Service Commission to do the right thing. Imagine a police officer wearing an insignia that demonstrates, and experts have been saying the same thing. How arrogant can a commissioner of police be? He will be cited as the worst commissioner Trinidad and Tobago has ever had. We don't want him to go down that way. We want him to resign with dignity and with honor. You police officers who understands proper policing knows what I'm saying. He cannot continue to...
Good night, Candace Edwards. I see you come up on the live. So, good night, how are you going? And I'm hoping that you have a powerful contribution here tonight. Good afternoon. Good night.
They're trying to convince the public that what we saw on the video is not what we see. They're trying to paint a picture, right? And whatever they say goes. But all how I look at that video, boy, watch me. They murder that young man. And they're trying to tell the public what they see in that video is not truth. Let me tell you something. That clearly shows that these people, watch my Mr. Renison and viewers, this is very frightening and very disturbing, you know. This is very frightening. All watch my, we need to be very, 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 very afraid of what is taking place, you know. Because them just, watch me, them trying to sweep that under the carpet, that actually shows you that these people don't care about us, you know. And you know what's the sad part about the whole thing is we who put them there. We put these people right there to handle the affairs of our country. And they see everything in the video. And I want to believe they see the other part too, where when they went by the people's house and confiscated the rest of cameras. You understand? And that part they will never bring out in the open. These police officers and the ones that who covering it up there for them, you see them, they know exactly what takes place there, you know, but they just don't care. That is, to me, that is how I seen it. They don't care. And that is somebody's life. Because just before the story hit all over, you notice the commissioner come out and he said that it was exchange of fire and XYZ, and he go and send his officers for counseling. He didn't get the full story, you see, because they are accustomed doing their foolishness. They are accustomed murdering people and it's sweeping under the carpet. But the old people that say, moon does run and they just catch it. So now that they get catch on camera red-handed, they decide here what's going on, eh? We ain't going down without a fight. We sticking to we guns. So whatever we say goes. But let me tell you something, eh? You see Trinidadians that always say some of us we're not serious, you know. Some of us not serious. That is why Philip could have come out and laugh at the protests and call the protests stupid. You understand? No, I ain't citing no riot or no kind of thing. But you see that what I see there? You see that what I see there? And that commissioner and Philip Roger Alexander, them trying to cover up that like if there is nothing, you know. These people don't know it of a God. These people don't fear God. And to see, we have a government, we have a prime minister. I sure every one of those cabinet ministers, even the prime minister, would have seen that video. And nobody ain't addressed that. Everybody put on a bridle and they're looking forward, and there's only tax and tax and tax, and they're starting to lay off people and tax. Listen to me, you see these people don't care about we, you know. These people don't care, they don't care, they don't care, they don't care, they don't care. And this is something for the citizens of Trinidad and Tobago to take notice of. A young man lost his life, and the young man in the prime, you know. So then here what? The police and them nowadays is not to arrest. There is judge, juror, and executioner. So what is the function of a magistrate? What is the function of a magistrate? So you don't apprehend nobody anymore and take them before the court. It's just to kill them and sweep it under the carpet. I tell you, I'm so afraid. I see this government, I don't trust them. And I've been really, I don't want them, I swear. They show me that they're not for the people. They're about their own selfish games, and they're trying to keep we under oppression, boy. Thy wickedness. That is what you call, watch me, that is wickedness to the highest level, boy, and these people have no remorse. They don't care. They just don't care. Not even one of them. And up to now, the commissioner story hasn't changed. He hasn't budged. The Roger Alexander, he like a Ayatollah. He just there and enforcing. But I somebody life, boy. What happened? These people, what they so... what I want to say, they will come from me tomorrow, you know. But I am telling you, you see that what I see there, and you see how them just keep trying to defend it like it's just a movie. I want to tell Roger Alexander and that commissioner, you see, God don't sleep. And all your days is going to be very, 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 very bitter. You hear what I'm telling all you? What it is all they're trying to cover up.
Yeah, but
what it is all they're really trying to hide.
What we see in that video, they Candice, I mean, it plainer than plain.
I tell that person camera was our best camera. I want cameras like that for around my house. It was as clear as they see it. But what I don't understand, what I don't understand, the in between, like because I hear all kind of stories. I hear the young lady had a child with one of the police officer. I hear they call a shot. It's all I hear other things, but you see, I don't believe in hearsay. But at the end of the day, if you running down a vehicle and the vehicle going down in a drain and bam, the man put out his hand, that means he surrender, right? Mm-hmm. So then no bullets was no shots were fired at the police. So why didn't you just proceed towards the vehicle with precaution and drag out the man out the van? You said we had hit him some gun butt and some hard kick on the ground. But they watch me in that video, they show clearly that they went to kill. And they was not expecting that video to be there in that corner. God is who make that happen. You know? God, Jesus of Nazareth is who make that happen. You know? And you see them two were standing in the gap for these people not getting justice. I hope they know that blood is going to fall upon them. They will never see the way after this day.
You see, what's so concerning about this, Candice, is this. And what bothered me, for years, people have been talking about the police and saying police set them up. And for years, my mother used to tell me, boy, there are no innocent people behind bars because they would have done something. But we would have seen, we would have witnessed on January the 20th, the police pull out a gun, empty it, you could say, and pull out a handgun and empty it at a man that raised his hand.
Yep.
We would have witnessed that. So can we continue to trust the statements of the police? Is the magistrate now, after seeing that when somebody come and say within the court, hey, the police lie and made a try to set me up, is the magistrate now still obligated to take what the police say wholesale? Sometimes it's not no camera, no way. And people cry out and say that. And the police some of them with a nasty self say, boy, you know, you don't know and turn the person character right wrong. And there are instances like this. This is not the first time I hear things like this. You know?
Yeah, boy.
This happened. We just happened to see this.
Yeah. I tell you, God make it happen. God don't make a mistake, you know. And my thing is this. Why are they trying to convince the public that that is not what we see when everybody see it? Everybody see it. And these two people help, but them following orders too. Them just don't care.
Yeah, but
and that is
but we have to ask ourselves, what orders are following? Who giving the orders? Because if the following orders, then somebody had to be giving it. And who is Roger Boss? I didn't expect nobody to answer, but who is Roger Boss?
You see that, you know what? Yes, you know what? If that had happened to one of their family, it will be a different horse of a color. But I don't care what they say, no. You see that is murder. And they know it. They know it. But here what's going on. Listen to me. I'm going to tell you something. You see these people? Ah, Lord. You see these people, those 3 officers and the ones that are trying to cover up, the one who talk about sending them for counseling. Then I hear the girl come out and talk. And she said they drag she out the car and they put she in the trunk on top of she man dead body. That, hey boy, you see that? When I hear that, I read that this afternoon, then my blood boil. What's going on in Trinidad and Tobago? What really going on? Actually, what really going on? Let me tell you something. We need a separate body and a separate set of people to investigate police. We cannot have police investigating police. If we put police to investigate police, we'll never solve crime. We will never have a handle on crime. Because let me tell you something. I just hear these stories. It's real police just being foolishness. It have good police. I can remember when I was a young girl, Mr. Jeffrey. It had the first time I see somebody get set up was my big brother. That a little bacchanal between my brother and the officer brother for some girl thing, and them set up my brother with cocaine right in front of my mother business piece. You hear what I tell? Like the first time I was young, I didn't have children yet. And then the next time when I see police in crime is an officer, well, he was murdered now. He got murdered. He makes some jail and he was murdered. They catch he toting drugs in the funeral in the hearse, the dead hearse, in the coffin. You hear what I'm telling you? And he went to jail for that. And I was a young girl. So now, this is not nothing new, you know. It just get out of hand. It just get out of hand. And I always say that if the law of the land is crooked, involving themselves in criminal activities, we, the citizens of Trinidad and Tobago, we between a rock and a hard place. Because who guard in the guard? Who got in the gut? Listen to me. I feel they see them sheriffs, so them must have some little info on those two people. I want to call their name, and they decide, well, here what going on. We going down with a fight. You ain't ratting out me, and I ain't ratting out you. So that's how it is. The public had to take that and cool it. That's how I see it. Because that video said the whole story there, and they know it. But you're just trying to dice off somebody's life.
Before you go on there, I remember you could call back. We sorry about that. I mean the phone line. I mean we didn't hook up the phones, as a matter of fact. But anyway, Mr. Arima, you could call back if you would like to give your contribution here on this program here this afternoon. You could call via WhatsApp or normal calls. Yes, Candace, go ahead.
That clearly shows that these people wicked, boy. That clearly shows this government, because I ain't hear nobody in parliament, not even the prime minister, nobody bust up their mouth and say nothing and say, well, all right, even the parrot, Philip Edwards Alexander the Great, watch me, You see, these people, me a lying boy. You see, if he was on the other side of the fence, he would have been ponging that and talking about the police kill them and the police this. But the fact that he is the little caddy boy on the inside and they're giving him play as the minister of TikTok. You notice he had nothing to say about that. But you come up now and you insult the people protest and you bash the people protest. I'm going to tell you something, it have a God, you know. It have a God, you know. What would it profit a man to gain the whole world and suffer the loss of his own soul? All right.
Yeah, good night, Arima.
Yes, good night.
Good night, man.
Hear me clearly?
Loud and clear.
Right. So what she just said is nobody talking. Nobody in Parliament talking. Where Dotish Penny? I can't take she on, you know. She was an ambassador at the United Nations for Trinidad and Tobago for several years. There's a thing called human rights violation. There is a section in the United Nations called the Human Rights Council. Yes. What's she doing about that? She should have some kind of knowledge on these things. But instead, she does just come out and say two little things. Just because she has to talk, she talks. Right? And nobody ain't talking to this woman about this kind of soft behavior. Listen, I ain't hear nobody talking about that human rights violation there, no. That is against international law. They're going all about protesting, and they don't understand. They have to put this thing before the court to get these people disciplined. Because our names stink with extradition killing in the United Nations. They talk about it years ago, and these people come back to stink up Trinidad name with their bullshit. And people are talking that. It's only a set of talk about they shouldn't do this, and it was so, and it was the family, and this and that and the other. These people supposed to be disciplined. The international law is there. Our domestic law don't count. The man surrender. It had nothing to do with what was before. Is what is. The man hands up in the air. I listen to the bullshit talking all the time, you know. I get fed up talking and calling and singing, you know. I just text a little bit. I have no time for this kind of shit talk. And when I talk, people just get vexed with me. It's a straight case. This thing should be before some kind of court here. Make a start and carry it further. But Penny is a soft person, and she bringing down the piano. And I don't care what nobody say. I said that. I ain't care about who vexed with me. I say that. She's a damn waste of time.
Well, everybody have their opinion.
She just step down. She just come out.
Well, that's your opinion, Miss Arima. That is your opinion, my love.
Yeah. It's making sense. It's making sense.
That is your opinion.
Talk, and that thing will just die out. And we have some power there because it's already
what about Kamala?
in the United Nations. That kind of stupidness that been down people's children in the United Nations long time.
Arima, you're in Candace section. You're in Candace. Candace?
Yes.
Right, Arima, you're in?
I hear now.
Right.
So you talk about Penny, right? And you share your views and your thoughts about Penny. But what about the Prime Minister? What about the Prime Minister that I helped put in power? How come she...
Well, we don't want to talk about she ain't making sense. She full of shit.
No,
everybody knows that. We can't expect she to do something about that. It's a serious gang inside of there. Don't waste time to talk about she. We have to deal with we have to see for ourselves. These people are supposed to get a good human rights lawyer and deal with our case instead of blah, blah, blah and protest all over and they don't know the rights. I see them protesting and then kind of frightened about if police coming, police in this gate. The police have to flicking stand up there and watch them. Why you think the police have to watch them? They know the blasted international law. They can't attack you. They can't do nothing.
Yeah, but I was there in that protest, and watch me. The police and the police was very serious. They wanted to attack.
They cannot do anything.
Yes, we know they cannot do anything, but that
there is an international law. You break that international law. Problem.
Arima, we would have just witnessed the police shoot down a youth man and kill them. And they're not supposed to do that. Let me be real. They're not supposed to do that.
Watch me.
But the police in Trinidad and Tobago, they're unpredictable. Watch how they're behaving.
Make them know they're blasted wrong.
Yeah.
When you're there, you have to read it, walk with the paper, the information with the international law, and stand up and read it out to them.
Yeah, we would have walked with it. Yes, we would have walked with it. And the thing about it is this: I find
walk with it, and I hear people talking to Omar Abdullah. And they're acting scared and all of that. And
yes, because you can't vex.
Omar telling them the right, but
but you can't vex. You can't vex if people frighten. People frightening. We would have just witnessed. I mean, we see.
Omar is a leader. He know the right. Go into the international law and quote it for the police and them.
Well,
educate the protesters so they will have confidence to go over and protest.
I mean, on paper, that does look good. It's the same thing with a protection order. On paper, a man not supposed to do certain things, they get a restraining order, but the man does keep on breaching it. The same thing with the police. We know we right. The police not supposed to lock up nobody in a peaceful protest like that, but they just do it. Look, at one point in time.
What they would do.
Yes, they're doing it.
If they lock you up, you take your lock up.
Well, right.
When you're fighting, you're fighting.
Yes, when you're fighting, you're fighting.
Like that.
When you're fighting, you're fighting.
When you're fighting, you're fighting.
But Arima, I ain't gonna say. I will not say. Yeah, I will not say.
You know they have to feed you.
I will not say, Arima, that Penny week. You know why? Penny was the only person that would have visited. Penny was the only person that would have visited the family. And we know, and let me be real, we don't know. And we don't know what would have taken place. Penny might be done filing something within the. They might be done filing something within the court.
At the United Nations, so she should have some a certain amount of knowledge about these things. I don't want to hear nothing about visit. People need something strong.
Oh, you're not so sure she haven't done something like that. But Miss Arima, I would like you to come out and support us with the peaceful march where they're having in front of St. Joseph Station tomorrow. Please go on. I'm coming out there. You're coming out there?
In front of which police station?
St. Joseph Police Station tomorrow.
What time?
For 4 o'clock.
Okay, I'll try and be there. I got in late. Right. I didn't hear anything like that mentioned while I was listening before I make the call.
Right, it was on TikTok. If you're on TikTok, you would have the guy.
Why
would have
just only that one Mr. Remain all the things? I tell Reverend I blasted fed up, you know.
No, yes, that's stalwart. I am all fed up, you know. I am all fed up. Candace fed up. All are we fed up here? But I just listen to me. I just still make myself approve. I fed up. You know how fed up I is. But I just still come out here. I just still fight it. You know that.
You and showing you things like how I talking here. And I don't hear you doing that. I don't see that.
Nah. I just like you sometimes.
Give some confidence and let them come out. And if all you're they're fighting. You see how Marsha powerful? Marsha powerful. People had to be powerful like Marsha and Victor. I protest with Victor already. I don't make joke when I protesting, you know.
No, well, then
You
you see, we need
understand?
people like you on our side. We need people like you on our
Right?
side to come out there.
Nobody
Yes.
don't take advice from me. They need
No,
to
don't
hear
worry
some big
yourself.
heavy voice.
Yeah, but Victor's supposed
Or
to be
I
here
have
on
to
this
be some
program here
lawyer or
tonight. Tomorrow.
something, and then they just listen.
Nah, Victor's supposed to be here. Victor, we in good communication with Victor. When a matter of fact, when we was outside in the parliament, there was supposed to be a cameraman. I was the cameraman that would have taken out all those footage that you would have seen with
Right.
Victor and Marsha.
Well, I have to leave now.
Well, thanks to the call, Miss Arima. Thanks to
So
the
we
call.
will
then.
expect it tomorrow. We'll
Have
expect
a
it
good
tomorrow.
night.
Please go by the St. Joseph. But don't forget, tomorrow, please go out for 4 o'clock by the St. Joseph Police Station.
Oh shit, wait. I have a funeral to attend.
Well,
I
after
now
the
catch
funeral, you can come
myself.
over. After the funeral, you can come over.
Who tell you I might have that kind of feeling? Well, yeah, easy, eh?
Hey, all right, Arima.
All right,
Looking
all
forward
right.
to
Good
see
night.
who is Miss Arima. Looking forward to see who is Miss Arima.
Candace. Yeah, she got Candace, she got Arima right easy. Right easy. Arima say what she want and go on, but for real, let me be real. What she say they make a lot of sense in terms of where is an international breach of law. Yeah, son, and it is a human rights issue.
Miss Arima, I find she jumped to conclusion. She don't know what step Penny them taking, because as far as I see, Penny is the only person that's showing some sort of care and concern, you know. What take place with that young man, you know? I see Penny went by the people house. I see Penny was most presumptuous in the funeral. She was there. I ain't see a UNC minister. I ain't hear the Prime Minister come out and even utter a word about that or give a condolences to the family. The UNC showing it definite, they're showing it indefinite, that they just don't care. They're showing it that they just don't care, and that's not looking good for the UNC, you know. And it's definitely not looking, the police want to have a relationship with the public. You see, that we're going there. That's not going to happen. Jesus of Nazareth had to come in a vision and men back civilians and police as one. That will never happen, you know. You know why? The ones on top, I believe that they are aware of the corruption that's taking place in the police service, and instead of they try to curb it, they let it go haywire because they eat our food. And everybody come, they eat our food and they leave it out of hand. But as I said before, if they want to curb crime in the protective service, all they have to do, the first 10 they catch in crime, then sentence them for life imprisonment, and you go tell me better.
Good evening, sir.
Hello.
Yes,
All
good
right,
evening,
let
sir.
me first of all start by on her opinion with Penny. Penny should, even though she did the bare minimum of Tia's family or whatever, that's just the bare minimum. She should have been out. These officers be named.
Slimy,
that is what I expect.
Slimy, like you didn't pay a bill, but your internet moving real slow. We getting break up, man.
Anyway, let me get back to my main point. The article on Kia, right? Where Kia did her Ellie?
Slimy, you're well breaking up.
Can you hear me?
No, you're breaking up.
That's like we I feel you need to call back there. You see, when people thieving internet from the neighbor, you understand, and they call in a program like this, I mean, and show up on your thing, you come now, man, pay a little bill now, man. Stop thieving your neighbor internet. The signal has dropped. You understand? The signal has dropped. I ain't saying don't take it in, but come now, man, come and give a serious contribution. Let me see if you go thing here now. Yeah, good evening, sir.
Yeah, can you hear me now?
Yeah, we hear you a little better.
All right, I wanna redirect your focus back to this testimony that Kia did with the Express.
Mm-hmm.
So I want to read the article out for you guys so that we'll have like a video record of it. So Kia tells the story. Joshua's wife disputes police claims in deadly shooting incident. My girl, you hit my girl. These were the dying words of 31-year-old Joshua Samroo, as related in a statement given to police last Thursday by his paralyzed wife, Kaya Seeley. While police are yet to formally interview Keeley, who was shot during a police operation that claimed the life of Samroo on January 20th, she has submitted a voluntary statement to the Trinidad and Tobago Police Service detailing her recollection of the incident. In her statement, Seeley vehemently refused claims that she or Samroo were in possession of a firearm at the time of the incident or that they had fired a handgun at police officers. Seeley's account stands in stark contrast to the police narrative. On January 29th, officers obtained a search warrant to seize Seeley's iPhone and a Samsung tablet that were reportedly found inside the vehicle in which she and Samroo had been shot. That's point number one that I want to redirect to at the end. So the police has not formally interviewed her, but they are asking for a warrant to access her phone. So let me continue with the article. According to the warrant, investigators believe it is necessary to access these devices or applications located on the device, which is reasonable ground for believing which will afford evidence of the commission of an indictable offense, namely possession of firearm and ammunition, contrary to Section 5.4 of the Firearm Act, Chapter 16.1 as amended. In her statement, so the police has a search warrant and they're trying to search her phone looking for evidence of a firearm. Right? So we'll get back to that when I finish reading the article. In her statement, Seeley spoke of running errands before going to a school pickup. However, prior to that, Samroo had told her he needed to make a quick stop in Maloney. He did not give a reason for the stop. According to Seeley, the freaking article just refreshed by itself. Hold on. Oh, all right. According to Seeley, she was busy on the iPhone. Samroo met a young man in Maloney and they chatted. Samroo told the young man, don't bother, and began reversing his vehicle. It was then she noticed a marked police vehicle moving in front of their car. Take a note of that also for later. She said the police officer came to the vehicle and pointed his firearm at the car as Samroo continued to reverse. They were momentarily chased by the marked police vehicle before they lost sight of the vehicle. She said the vehicle they were driving in was quiet inside. There was no music playing. She could hear the air conditioner running. She said she did not hear any police sirens because a short while later, police were again in pursuit of them. And seconds later, Samroo crashed their vehicle. So police sources familiar with the investigation told the Sunday Express that officers had issued a radio transmission indicating they were in pursuit of a stolen vehicle. Take a note of that also. Attorneys from Quantum Law Firm representing Samroo's family are now seeking greater transparency surrounding that claim and have formally written to Police Commissioner Allister Guevarro requesting disclosure of the specific radio communication and related details. Following is the full voluntary statement made by Kia Seeley, submitted last Thursday to the police. On January 21, 2026, Joshua and I were running errands before attending school pickup. While driving, Joshua indicated that he needed to make a brief stop in Maloney. We stopped near a church and waited for a short period. Shortly thereafter, Joshua drove the vehicle a short distance away to a nearby location. A young man then approached the vehicle and leaned toward the front driver's side window. I looked at him but did not greet or speak to him, and I did not pay attention to the conversation between him and Joshua as I was focused on my phone. After a brief exchange, I heard Joshua say, "Don't bother." He began reversing the vehicle. Almost immediately, a marked police vehicle moved in front of our car. An officer exited the police vehicle with a firearm drawn. Joshua reversed away. I then observed the same young man who had approached our vehicle enter the police vehicle, after which the police vehicle pursued us. So apparently they got caught up in some kind of sting. During the pursuit, there was a point at which Joshua was no longer within sight of the police vehicle. I was seated in the front passenger seat and was huddled close to the passenger side door. I was extremely frightened and pleaded with Joshua to stop because I was afraid we would crash. He continued driving and kept saying words to the effect of, "It's okay, don't worry." I recall that inside the vehicle was very quiet. No music was playing. I could hear the air conditioner running. I did not recall hearing any sirens. Shortly thereafter, police vehicles were again in close pursuit of our car as we drove through the area. While turning onto a back street, the vehicle skidded and collided with a galvanized fence. Upon impact, I began screaming. Joshua said words to the effect of, "Okay, okay," and he lowered the driver's side window and put both of his hands outside the window. At that point, police officers began firing into the vehicle. I recall seeing multiple bullets fly past my head, striking the windscreen. As the gunfire continued, bullets passed through the dashboard and radio area, shattering glass and causing injuries to my body. I took cover as the gunfire continued. Joshua began shouting, my girl, you hit my girl." The gunfire stopped briefly and then resumed. After the second round, Joshua was no longer speaking, but he started making a gurgling song when he tried to speak. After the shooting stopped, police officers approached the vehicle, opened the car door, and began shouting commands at Joshua. The officers pulled Joshua out of the vehicle and placed him in the trunk of a police jeep. I then heard officers instructing me to get out of the vehicle. When I attempted to move, I realized that I could not move. I wasn't feeling my legs. What is that noise?
No, go ahead. We're listening to you.
Is that
And we don't hear no
static?
noise. You will know they will do that. They will do that.
I was dragged from the passenger seat across the vehicle and out through the driver's side door and placed on top of Joshua in the trunk of the police jeep. During the drive to the hospital, what is that noise?
Hold on there a sec.
You hear?
Yeah, I hear it.
Yeah, what's that static?
I hear no static.
Drive to the hospital, I could hear Joshua struggling to breathe. I used my arm to try to push myself up so as not to place weight on him. His breathing became weaker and weaker. While this was happening, officers shouted questions at me, including asking my name and where I lived. I was badly injured and in severe pain, but I did cooperate as much as I could. Upon arrival at the hospital, I was taken into a treatment area where medical staff began assessing me. While there, I overheard a police officer state that there had been a shootout and that police officers had been fired upon. I turned my head toward the nurse and mumbled, "That is not the truth." At no time while I was in the vehicle did I see any firearm. I did not see or hear any gunfire coming from the vehicle in which I was traveling, and I have never seen Joshua in possession of a firearm for the duration of our relationship.
Hold on there a second.
Time of my admission to the
Slimy, hold on there a second.
On the 20th of January 2026, I was kept under police guard while hospitalized. I was not permitted to see my family until my lawyer attended on the 21st of January 2026.
Go ahead, Slimy. Let him go ahead.
See my lawyer. What?
Go ahead. We was trying to sort out that whole thing. Go ahead.
First allowed, yes, a whole bunch of static.
Yeah. We hear you now.
I was first allowed to see my lawyer and was then permitted a brief visit of approximately 50 minutes with my mother and sister. Take a note of that too. So she was kept away from everybody and kept on the police guard and not been that. Take a note of that. I'm supposed to be writing notes as I'm reading this. Thereafter, until after my discharge, my family's ability to visit me was inconsistent and subject to police discretion. As a result of the incident, I sustained gunshot injuries and have been left paralyzed. That is the article from the Daily Express. So from the note, I was taking some notes that I wanted to talk about. First of all, Mr. Guevarro is a fucking idiot, because the first thing he said, and this was actually an out for the TTPS because the country was still under the SOE at that point. So under the SOE, we have lots of rights and all of that kind of stuff. But Guevarro came out and said that this was the SOE related, so he put the TTPS in more danger now. So the TTPS was supposed to be following actual rules of engagement when it comes to crime or stuff like that. The second point I wanted to make is what's something about they asked for a warrant for her phone. How come no one is talking about that? And why is the TTPS looking to get it a warrant into her phone? Why are they treating the victim as a criminal? They have her under police guard. She can't see her family and she can't see a lawyer. Is she under arrest? And if she's not under arrest, why are they treat her like she's under arrest? So all of this right here is a sweet, sweet, sweet lawsuit for Kia Silly. All of this she's going through right now. And it seems to me that they're trying to use one of these tactics that they do in America. Like after they kill someone, they try to smear the victim and make him seem like he was a criminal. It seems that is what they're trying to do here with Kia. But I want to also touch on another point. Fearless, friend of the show did a live last week, and he was speaking about this case, right? And he mentioned that Kia was dating some police officer, and the police officer was the one that actually put out the hit on Joshua.
I mean, so that is only mere speculation at this point in time. I heard the allegation, but I didn't bring it up as yet until we get clear specifics on it.
But let's assume that is true. So I was trying to go through, if this was true, I'm trying to go through in my head, using her testimony with everything, with the meeting and everything. So from her testimony, I gathered that she was lying, or not really lying, but she was withholding information from the Express.
Yes, I said that.
If
something had a mistake.
If this stuff is true, yeah, she withheld information because there's no way this conversation could have been happening with Kia and this man, and you on your phone not paying attention. So that was the first lie I saw in the testimony. And if this was something to do with this officer, and this was a hit or whatever, that must have mean that Kia got the message to probably meet somewhere to do something, to pick up something. I don't know. I'm just trying to put pieces together. But the point I want you guys to focus on is Kia is, even though she is the victim of the TTPS, she is being treated as a suspect or as a criminal. She's basically under arrest at the hospital, and that needs to be pointed out.
All right, but let me just say, right? Let me just say, right? If it is that, let me say she had relations with one of the officers, right? And let me say she didn't really want to come out and say that for whatever reason, right? But the fact that she was in the car and they blazed up the car, the young man died. I want to believe in the fact that the officer, if you're just saying it, let's say that is the fact. The fact that the man see the both of them in the car, he probably wanted to done out the both of them lights, and get that sweep under the carpet. That is just my thing, eh? I feel if that let's wait. If that is the case, I find she was supposed to come out and say that. Talk the truth one time.
Say what it is.
Say what it is. Don't hold back. This is what's going on. I was a so person, or I was horning my man. I find now is the time to talk the truth because lives has been lost. And I mean to say, they're trying to frame you now, because if they get the slightest chance to frame her, they will frame her.
No.
So now is it does not time to.
No, in that whole situation, although it might be a good point to start with that, she probably was with the guy, and that may have taken place. I mean, the factor is that, I mean, if she decides to hide that information, I don't see nothing wrong with that. You know why? I mean, the focus should really be on, all right, the fella Pautian, despite what went on, despite who with who and who not with who, the man put his hand up in the air, which means you surrender. And the police kill the man. I mean, motive.
That will help with the case too.
That will help the public. That will help the public understand the case. You understand? It will help the public understand it.
If he's a jealous lover, and boom, no, we didn't have no guns in the car blazing, and you just pull on with you and your cameras and you light up the car that was in a fire. That shows is that is a jealous and love triangle.
Yeah, but but what is more important about that situation is not the love triangle. It's the fact that the police force, the police service would I shoot up a young man and listen to the cover up, listen to what Alexander's saying, listen to what Guevarro's saying, despite the fact that not having all the facts up close and in your face. I mean the police in police uniform, police guns, police vehicle, shoot up a man on camera and listen to the response of everybody who's supposed to be taking this thing seriously. Somebody died.
They're not serious. They're not serious.
You understand? So I mean, whether or not, I'm not saying. I'm gonna go help us understand the case a little more better. But the mere factor that the police, what make he feel comfortable in shooting up a man in broad daylight? What make he feel comfortable in doing that? And that is what we're supposed to be focusing on. Because is it that he would have been seeing his fellow comrades killing people and covering it up? I mean, if all right, let me go with the narrative. Let me say he was with the girl, and two of them was in a kind of extra outer thing relationship, a sneaky link. What make he feel that he could stop the car and shoot it up and get away with it? What make he feel he could do that? What make that policeman feel he could do that? What make he comrades? I mean, if it's one of them, the two of them who was with him is 3 police in come out and shoot. So it's showing.
They did it comfortable.
Yeah, and they do it comfortable, and it's showing that police will back up police. So we have to kill the narrative that that is a good police inside of it. You understand? And they will sell out the bad ones. We have to kill that narrative. Yeah, good night again, Slimy.
Hello?
Yes, good night.
I have a question. Did they name the office? Did they name those police officers yet? Do we have the names of the officers who committed this murder?
No, they named them as yet. No.
And I don't think we'll ever name them.
Yet? Yes or no?
No.
If not, those 3 demons are walking around you in Trinidad right now. So this is what I propose. If you know who was the police that was involved in this incident, call us here on the Workers' Right. We will expose these criminals because these people should not be walking free in Trinidad and Tobago. These are murderers, and they need to be held accountable. If the TTPS is not going to hold them accountable, the people need to hold them accountable. I go on.
Slimy boy, you're different. Hold on.
No,
but
it makes sense.
It makes sense, but you feel they will ever come out and name those officers?
No, I don't feel so. I don't feel so at all. And the thing about it, if the show transparent, as the save Allister Guevarro does dirty iron cross the T's as he trying for the public to believe, then why he don't come out and name all of them in truth?
No, remember he have to protect his officers.
From who? From unarmed citizens? Come now, man. According to my partner, we playing smart, we playing stupid with foolishness.
Yeah, but remember, the man said he has to send his officers to counseling. So, and putting their name out there will only harm their ego and bruise their their emotions. So they will not call the names. They're not bringing that out in the open. You're mad.
Well, Candice, I mean,
I could assure you that they see this what happened there. A lot of people looking at the government and they were looking at what Kamala have to say about this because she promised to take care of us. She loves us and all of that. A lot of people, they ain't saying nothing, but they're watching. And they're judging from how Roger Alexander moving and the commissioner moving, everybody looking on. That ain't looking too good for the UNC, you know. I'm telling you. Watch me. Mr. Renison, when you're off, I would like you to come into Port of Spain and walk through Port of Spain, and you will hear the cries of the people.
No, well, we have some things that we want to do. I mean, walk through the streets of Port of Spain and, you know, engage the public and throughout Trinidad and Tobago, and by the way, to engage in some of the comments of the and the sentiments of the people, a matter of fact. Yes, yes, like me.
Candace right. Candace is absolutely right. Allister Guevarro 100% cares about his police officers. Because remember when they found the $2 million of weed in the swamp, he didn't want his officers to go get mosquito bite?
Yeah.
Allister Guevarro cares about the TTPS and his officers under his care. I go on.
But that way clearly shows they don't care. Their main role and function is supposed to take care of us. But they don't care about us. Them care about themselves.
A chance, it's like we ain't friend to the. No, what you saying there? Imagine Allister Guevarro, right? He don't want the officers to get mosquito bite. Yes. There's a serious thing that he don't want the officers to get mosquito bite. And here it is. We would have witnessed he officers murder a person on that camera and he's still in what he must officers to face judgment.
No boy. I tell you that. I still asking myself, but how? Since when police in Trinidad and Tobago get so? Since when the law is not for the people? Since when? That's not right. And then Roger Alexander saying that they don't want police must investigate police. No, you will never get justice. That come like you're going wrong in circles. You will never get justice. And it is a fact. Police get locked up for criminal activities. It's not to say it's a secret. And you still want the police to investigate police? Nah, them don't want to eliminate crime. As I said before, if the law of the land is crooked, the citizens is in problem, and are we in problem or no? Because look at that. I showed how real people. Watch me, I'm going to tell you something. The amount of people just walk up to me and tell me, look at that incident happened with my son. If I wasn't there, Jeffrey, to see for myself, I swear that he had a gun on him, or he had a knife, or he had something on him. I was right there. And the other two fellas will get locked up. One get locked up because he was trying to run away. He got jump kick in the back, poor little Indian, I go that's where he back break. And the other one, he get locked up because he turn and tell the officer, see where you do this small man.
And
it's if the heads continue to protect them, you know what will happen? Listen to me, the time getting different, you know. I'm not inciting no crime and thing, you know. It go hard, but remember, when you're an officer from what? 8 to 4? Or 24 to 24 to 20, however the shift does run. When you put on when you change your clothes and you're going home to meet your family, people will come at you. You're putting yourself in trouble. You're putting your family in trouble.
Well, first again, Allister.
People will not take that.
Yeah, but first again, Allister Guevarro care about the officers. He tell them that they could go home with a gun.
All right. They could go home with a gun. And you know, so then, all right. They could go on with the gun. Remember sometime back, somewhere in Toko, they find police uniform and soldier uniform underneath some man mattress. Where they getting that? Who giving it that? They ain't selling that in the store. They're not selling that in the store. Let me tell you something. You see, these two people, Guevarro and Roger Alexander, they know exactly what's taking place, but they refuse to. They just refuse to deal with it, and they don't care. They just don't care. They don't care. You can tell me what? They don't care. But let me tell you something, You see, plenty of people don't believe in God, It have a God. It have a God. It have a God. Because you can't tell me.
Miss Arima, good night.
Yes, I call back again. I want to say this. You see that Guevarro? Like he don't know what time it is for the police commissioner in the United Nations. He's supposed to take responsibility and fire them people.
Long time.
Right?
Long time. That goes without say. Long time.
Man is responsible because he is encouraging this shit.
Long time. Long time. And that is what I say.
Telling you all, Remerson, we ain't had to deal with no local law. Local law ain't counting this thing. Trinidad and Tobago name stink in the United Nations. These people supposed to get a good human rights lawyer. It have a lot of human rights lawyer here. I go in and call her name. Afiza Mohammed. She does run quick for all kind of people. We don't really have no rights in this country. They're coming in illegal and they're running to help them so they could stay here. She running whole time asking for Trinidadians who in Syria or somewhere by there. Yes, they went in the ISIS thing and she trying hard to bring them back in Trinidad. Right? So she know all kind of international law and human rights violation and things. Trinidad was warned for them kind of extrajudicial killing. They had no right to gun down the man, whether the woman was with one of them or they was running or wherever from the police thing, the man put up his hand in the air. That Guevarro could talk how much shit he wants about thing before. We are dealing with before. The man life end when he put up his hand in the air and the Lego 99 shot and killed the man. Right? Police doing all kind of things. All kind. They just had a gang from the sergeant go back. All of them is partner. They're watching one another back. I see police, all 5 of them, come for Panorama by the Savannah and arrest a man who have a game. They say, oh, he gambling, he's taking illegal gamble. All right. All them mash up the man game. All they put him in the van. After all they let him go. When the man come back, all they take the man jewelry, all the money, and all they let go the man. What you call that? I say, what you call that? It didn't have no camera.
It had no camera.
It had a time
police. That is police abuse. Police abuse. Police abuse, Arima.
And when I was taking a video, right, picture with him and all of that, take his hand and he slammed my phone. And the man a little taller than me. So I tell him, I say, here, now don't touch my phone. This is mine. I'm using it. Yeah. And he had to, I said, this is my right. I could take picture with you. You understand? What's your name? He ain't giving me name. What station you come from? He ain't telling me nothing. You think I take you on? He in my yard. You can't show them you afraid them. Show them your rights. Tell them. Because some of them know the law, you know. Guevarro is a wicked man and I don't like him. Mr. I don't like you. Take off your punisher. who you coming to punish too? Eh? Why he have to be wearing this thing and talking with his chest high like a blasted fuck? I don't like him. I have to go now.
All right, Arima. Thanks for your contribution. And you know, people is continually saying the same thing. They like Allister. And we have another person up here on TikTok. Philip, good afternoon, sir. And what is your contribution here tonight? Hello. The person that on the live there with us, Philip. Good night.
Must you put it on and walk away? Boy, me, I don't know. This is watchman. This is the worst I've ever seen, boy. This is the worst I've ever seen, and them trying to convince you that what you see is like it's just a movie.
Nah, we not supposed to play no 10 minutes something. As somebody would have said already, Candice, that how long it does take to shoot a man? It does take 2 hours, 3 hours, 4 hours? How long it
hungry is we time now. I said, look at that. When I came out and was talking about Philip Edwards Alexander and his behavior towards the black community, so you see how he now injecting that kind of
Just stop answer your phone. You just answer your phone and say nothing. Or they all get through. What kind of thing are the youths and them do for you? When they won't even answer your phone and say, no, what a pointing in place all here. Nothing like that you're telling the youths and them. And you know how the youths and them thinking nowadays. Time you blank them something, time you answer your phone, them looking to trip off. You have to give them nothing, just answer your phone and tell them you're pointing in place for them and die all them want to hear. But nothing like that you're telling the youths and them. Nothing like that. You know how hard the youths and them work for you for election? And after election, nothing will come out of it, nothing. Everybody yesterday who worked for you agreed, my brother, you know. They just didn't want you to come out and talk it tonight. Every single body who worked for you, because everybody complaining. All the people them that work for you, complaining. You're not answering your phone. You're not telling them nothing. Morning, noon, and night, the youths and them going rally with you. Nothing yet, give youths and them, boy. You even answering your phone, nothing, boy. And I just want to say this. Anybody make an next video about you, please don't call my phone. Or they didn't know my number when my house burned down. Nobody didn't know my number when my house burned down. You understand? I didn't hear them. Or they didn't call my sister and them. Telling them all the ganja Tucci shit apply for me. Tucci shit galvanize. Or a mattress or something. Nobody didn't call my phone, nobody didn't call my sister and phone. It's like my phone is burned down in my house.
Disconnected.
But all of a sudden my brother make a little video. Everybody calling my phone. And tell my brother take down that video and give my brother number. And I'll find out that timing. And I'll find this and I'll find that. And they don't call my phone in all the entire fucking life again. Do not call. You see, I started to get vexed. You see, I started to cuss. I started to get upset. Well, have a blessed day.
Candace,
Bluetooth connected.
I played that video specifically for you to understand what is going on. Now, that is a little girl. Younger than you.
ICC could vote to this. Franciscan Regional Carnival Committee were very accountable for the subvention we received over the years. We take up the matter and everything, but it's only Friday they give the subvention. I don't get it, whatever. But you know, the group, because when we get money,
the vice chairman is a member of the Princess Song Regional.
No. I mean on the line there.
I want to hear the song. I heard a piece of it, Mr. Renz.
No, well, Michelle trying to say that the song is not true. That didn't take place. And she named calling parts of the song. Let me play this. Play this.
I was liming with some old men before the election, and well, I was amazed of their discussion. They were discussing the election of 2025, how Africans were selling sheep on UNC, buying dead or alive. One old man shouted out, fellas, give me your attention. UNC can't win by themselves, no election. You see, they're sitting and they're planning to make a decision. So she called out Shilagahu, the old FIFA wanted man. She said, call the trade union, let we start negotiations. And we could call out a big sale and we go buy out some Africans. Africans for sale, we buying their buy-ins. Africans for sale, we buying Africans. She don't have all she loud chance, and she knew.
Now, Candice, concerning that song that you hear, you know that I want to sue the woman, Queen Victoria, for that song.
But what's the reason is a song, but watch me, what the woman say in that song is the truth. If you already listen to it.
Now, Michelle Benjamin is saying that some of the lyrics of the song is targeting she.
But
and they want to take it on their own, because right now, if you go